Hey yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to WinDev channel. Today we're gonna be making a simplified full stack to do app. Okay? Now let's go ahead and create a folder. We want to make a folder here, call it simple to do app. Okay? And we want to open it up. And then we want to bring this up and do npm init y for the backend. Okay? All right. Just follow me for now. Go ahead and install these dependencies: npm install express cores nodemon. Okay. All right. We got all of those, and we want to create a file name. Call this a server.js. All right. And now we want to do a couple of things. Okay. We want to create server, and we want to import like the required modules, the one we installed. So express require express, and then down here const course will be required course. So the reason why I call this a simplified to do app, a simple to do app, is we're gonna involve the backend, but we're not gonna involve the database because it takes a while to set up, and I don't want to go into details. Maybe in the next time, if you guys see this helpful, and if you guys want to see it, can comment down below. I'm willing to do it. Const app. We want to initialize this express app by doing this, and we want to also do const port. Listen for 3001 for the backend, and here is the middleware: app.use express JSON. This pass back the pass back the data into JSON format. App.use cores. So cores allows the front end and back end communicate, okay, to communicate. All right, and now let's do this. Tasks, we want to make it empty array. And then let's set up our endpoint now. App.get. This is the endpoint where we're gonna get all the tasks. Okay. And we always need this request and response. And we want to take the response JSON and take the tasks, send back all the tasks. Okay. You'll see soon. I'll explain this later. And here we want to be able to make changes, right? Post to add data into the database. So this is our database to simplify it, but we're not going to connect any database. So our endpoint will be tasks as well. And then we have a request, response, and we want to get the task from the body, right? The request body from the front end. We want to extract the task. And then we're going to check if no task, we want to return res.status 400.json, and then error task is required. All right. Otherwise, task dot push, we're gonna add all these tasks into this array. Then we're gonna send a response status of 201 201.json, one message to be task added. Okay, cool. And now we need to start the server by doing listen port, the port we got here, and the callback function. And I want to do console.log server running on just do port. Okay, let's see. We install our dependencies like node1. Okay, we want to be able to just do dev here, and in here we're gonna do node1 server.js. If you don't do this, you're gonna have to do, like, for now, right? Anytime you make changes here, you're gonna have to rerun it every time, like npm whatever, but we're gonna do this instead. Node-mon npm run dev. See, we got server running on 3001. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna create our front end folder. Inside the front end folder, we want to have an index.html. Okay, we're gonna make our CSS simple to do app. And then down here, h1, we want to give it a title, right? Do app. Cool. Let's bring this up so y'all can see what's going on. Okay. All right. Awesome. Y'all see that, right? And then we're going to have a form, and the form has no action. We're going to do ID equals task form. And inside of this, we want to have an input type text, ID task input, and placeholder. Want to do enter a task. We want to make it a required. Okay, awesome. Now under this, we want to have a button. It's going to be a type submit, be add task. Cool. And then our UL list under the form, we're going to have a UL list. It's going to be empty initially because we're going to make changes to it by fetching some stuff. Okay, leave it empty for now. All right, in the same folder, we're going to create a JavaScript file called script.js, and then we want to connect it here. Source and gonna be server. not server. Front end script. Okay, perfect. Now we're gonna go to so our server, just leave it like this. We'll go back to it to explain the whole thing. And then we're gonna do const our API URL. We had it as HTTP localhost 3001, remember, and tasks. These are the API endpoints here, tasks, okay, and 3001, okay. It's always going to be localhost if you're doing something locally. So we're going to grab our DOM elements, task form equals document dot get element by ID. It's going to be task form repeated 3 times, will be task input, task input, then task list. All right, awesome. Now we want to be able to fetch our stuff, our backend. When we fetch it, we always use async await, right? Fetch tasks. Undo const response await fetch our API URL. And do const task, we want to turn it into JSON because it was sent as JSON too, right? JSON. I want to parse the JSON response. That's what we're doing. And then let's see what we got here. Okay, went to console.log our tasks. It's going to be empty. Fetch tasks. But is it working? Let's see. Connection refuse. It's running, right? Tasks. Want to fetch. And then let's see what we have here. Let's say we have something, whatever. Okay. Looks like we're not getting anything, huh? Okay, let's go to localhost 3001. There's really nothing. It's undefined. Okay, we're gonna do name. Okay, let's see. Let's refresh this. Localhost tasks. Okay, we have the tasks. Okay, we got this back. Awesome. That's how we test it. Awesome. There we go. We got some stuff back. But now let's leave it empty. Okay. See, we got empty array. Awesome. That's how it works. You see? Cool. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. I want to manipulate the DOM now. We're going to take task list dot inner HTML. We want to clear it. Initially, it will be empty. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you don't have a known mon, let's see. If we don't have a known mon or just node, watch. Okay. Okay. If we change like something here, it's not gonna do anything, see? That's why we need to change it to known mon. Awesome. Now we want to render each task as a list item. So we're going to take tasks dot for each not for each one task, individual task. Want to do const li. Want to create a new document, okay? Inside of this task list, create an li, and we're going to take li dot text content, the task, the individual task that we got, and I'm going to do task list. I want to append child, meaning we want to add this inside the UL. Okay, this is the fetch and the render. This is just getting the task. Okay, and now we want to be able to add to the array, to the task. Async function add task. I'm going to take in task, want to await fetch API URL, async. Okay, wanna do a method of post. Wanna have the headers. This is very important to have. Okay, content type. We want to specify what are we sending, what type. Gonna be application / JSON. Awesome. And down here can be body. Want to JSON dot stringify. Want to send the text in the request body. This is how you do it. Task, and want to call the fetch tasks to refresh the task list. And now we want to, when we click on this button, it's going to do something. It's going to add the task. We're going to take the task form dot add event listener, submit. Okay, because this is type submit event. It takes an event, and an event we want to prevent the form from refreshing the page. Prevent default, and then const task equals task input dot value. This is always important to do also, because you don't want any of the white spaces, empty white spaces. Okay, and then we're going to check if task, we want to add task, call that function task, and then task input. After we add it, we want to clear the input. Value equals empty, and call the fetch tasks on page load. Awesome. Now we want to add task. Y'all ready? Do my homework. Awesome. And then teach code on YouTube. Awesome. Let's do this well. All right, guys. As you can see, we don't have a lot of functions going on, but you can see the gist of it. Okay. To be able to do like advanced stuff, you want to have more endpoints like deleting, updating, etc., etc. But in this case, we're not going to do that because it will take a lot of time. But if you guys really want to learn these things, let me know down in the comment below. All right, thank you for watching. Bye bye.